Hello everyone. The purpose of this video is to introduce my research of the study times with noise level. So when I began to design my theory, the first things I thought about is study, because I'm a student, and I realized that the environment can have a big impact on how well students study. The noise level, of course, in particular, can either help or distract students from focusing. So for my survey project, I've decided to research the relationship between the study time and noise levels. To gather my data, I will conduct in-person surveys with my classmates. I think this method will lead to more thoughtful responses compared to doing it online. I plan to ask my classmates during their free times so I wouldn't interrupt their studies. When I ask them, I will be polite and gentle to make sure they feel comfortable answering the question. My goal is to collect honestly answers that can help me understand how noise affects study time. In my survey question, I choose the question such as these: where do you usually study? Is your learning environment quiet? Do you feel that the current learning environment has an impact on your learning efficiencies? What is the average amount of time you spend on self-direct learning each day? So these are my data. I'm sorry they are Chinese. I find about 30% answers here. In my data analysis, and after collecting the data, I use Excel to create a scatter plot. However, when I first tried to include all the information, I realized that some of the questions, like do you feel that the current learning environment has an impact on your learning efficiencies, weren't directly relevant to my research focus. So I decided to narrow it down to two key variables: study time and noise level, as they are most related to my topic. At first, the data didn't work well in the plots because I hadn't converted the responses into numerical values. To fix this, I assigned numbers to the data. For example, I related the noise level from 0, which is very quiet, to 3, very noisy. I also converted study time range into ranges like 1 to 2 hours become 1.5 to represent it, and the 2 to 4 hours will become the 2.5 hours. This allowed me to create a more accurate scatter plots from my analysis. So I've mixed this data to these plots, and this is the final plots. In this linear regressions, the X represents the noise level, like I just said before, and Y represents the average study time in hours. In my interpretation and reflections, I realized that my linear regressions models didn't quite match the typical pattern I've seen in other researches. After doing some research online, I identified a few reasons why my plots might not be accurate. First is because some of the variables I include, like study location and noise level, are categorical, not numerical. Linear regressions work best with both variables are containing numerical values, so using these category variable made it harder to generate a meaningful regression lines. And second is because my data set is very small, and many of the data points were concentrated in one category. For example, the majority of students in my survey report study at home, which caused several data points to overlap. This made it different for regression model to find a clear linear trend, as it relies on a diverse range of data points to detect meaningful patterns. So after this study, I think there are few points that can be improved. First is, next time I start to design a questionnaire, I should provide more options and a wider range, which will make the research results more accurate and line graph more precise. And next time I want to design a questionnaire, I should choose more rational questions that are more relevant to the research topic, which will make my data collection more concise and convenient. That's it. Thank you and appreciate your time to listening my video.